Hello, and welcome to my channel. I am Miss Thespiana, the storyteller who likes to give commentary on other stories and their creators. In honor of Black History Month 2025, I've decided to do a couple of videos about Black storytellers covering comic creator and journalist Orrin C. Evans. Orrin Cromwell Evans was born in Steelton, Pennsylvania, as the oldest child of George J. Evans and Maud Wilson Evans in 1902. Living in the North just 37 years after the end of the American Civil War, Orrin's father decided to pass for white in order to obtain better working conditions to provide for his family. Due to this, Orrin's college-educated mother, the first Black person to ever graduate from Williamsport Teachers College, would have to pretend to be his father's maid whenever George's co-workers would come over. Orrin would also recount times where his father couldn't even acknowledge him in public in order to keep the ruse going. Growing up, Orrin was described as headstrong and engaged in many debates on issues dear to him, frequently using the phrase, "don't tell me," when starting his debates. Despite his family highlighting the importance of education, Orrin favored experience and chose to drop out of school in the 8th grade in order to work in getting a career in writing. In 1919, he got his first job at Sportsman's Magazine before getting his first newspaper job at the Philadelphia Tribune, which was the oldest Black paper in the country. In the 1930s, Orrin broke new ground by becoming the first Black writer to cover general assignments at the Philadelphia Record. During this time, he wrote a series of articles criticizing the American military and pointing out its constant hypocrisy and contradictions during a time when pushing patriotism and nationalism was at an all-time high. After receiving numerous death threats, his daughter Hope recalled needing friends and church members to provide 24-hour protection to ensure Orrin and his family's well-being. Another time that Orrin faced aggressive prejudice was when he entered the Philadelphia Police Precinct 55th and a police sergeant chased him out at pew-pew point, refusing to believe that any Black man deserved to be in front of bars instead of behind them. Orrin was also kicked out of a press conference by World War II German sympathizer Charles Lindbergh because of the color of his skin. At the end of World War II, Orrin lost his job after the Philadelphia Record chose to shut down after the employees went on strike. However, this didn't impact his career. By 1947, Orrin had written for the Chicago Defender, Philadelphia Independent, the Public Journal, the NAACP Journal, and many others. Over the years, Orrin had developed a love of comics and often thought about the lack of representation in comics and decided to partner up with his brother George and his friend Harry T. Saylor, Bill Driscoll, and a few others to create all-negro comics that centered Black characters and reflected Black values. The first issue was published in June 1947 and had several original stories, including but not limited to Ace Harlem, a handsome Dick Tracy-like character in a New York-inspired city, Do Dillies, a children's tale involving Black pixies, mermaids, and a boy who was half crocodile, Lion Man, a young scientist sent by the United Nations to stop the creation of an atomic bomb, Lil Eggy, a comedic strip about a Black couple. Orrin was heavily involved with the creation of the comic, and as the all-negro comic was the first and only comic to be produced by and marketed towards Black people, he had plans for another issue, which were tragically never fulfilled as vendors and other publishing companies refused to work with him due to the mounting pressure from bigger publishers who didn't want to see his comic thrive. But had it not been for outside interference, who knows what American comics would be like by now? Would Black people have gotten the superheroes they idolize today before the late 60s? After his dreams were dashed, Orrin returned to a career in newspaper, working as an editor for the Chester Times, then the Philadelphia Bulletin, becoming a director of the Philadelphia Press Association, and becoming an officer of the Newspaper Guild of Greater Philadelphia. In 1966, he won the Interurban League of Penn Achievement Award and was honored at the NAACP convention, getting a scholarship in his name, just 1 month before his passing in August 1971. Orrin C. Evans was a hard-working man who understood the power of positive representation, defending equality, and knew the importance of journalistic integrity, an example that hopefully many reporters will continue to follow today and beyond. Thank you so much for watching the video, and if you feel like there's any information that I may have gotten incorrect or something that I left out that should be mentioned, feel free to leave a comment. Bye!